So, welcome back, dear students, to chapter number 8 Business Finance. I am Santosh Kumar Jain, commerce lecturer, standing before you to teach you about business finance. Literally, all know the meaning of the word finance. Finance means money, and to run the business, we know how important money is. They say that without money, we cannot taste honey. Please do keep in mind. Without money, we cannot taste honey. In the sense, if we have money, we can buy honey. In the same way, when we have enough money to do the business, we can get enough profits. But how to acquire that money? How we are going to utilize that money? That all matters. So, here in this chapter, I am going to discuss about business finance. And what are the focal points which I am going to discuss with you all? I'll teach you the meaning of business finance, nature, significance, classification, and factors. These are the 5 simple topics which we are going to discuss. So, to start with, first, meaning of business finance. As I told you, in simple words, finance is money. The money which is required to start the business, the money which is required to carry the business, the money which is required to conduct the business activities, we can say is business finance. Nothing but the requirement of funds by the business to carry out the activities. What are the activities? Already we saw when we have seen the first and second chapter, like industrial activity, trade activity, buying, selling, so many activities we saw, and all those they are included in the money which is called business finance. And when we talk about business finance, there are many definitions given, and here the most accepted definition is given by Professor, we can say B.O. Wheeler. His name was Wheeler, and he defines it as a finance as a business activity which is concerned with acquisition, in the sense procuring, how to acquire and how to conversion of capital funds for meeting the financial needs so that you can achieve the objectives. What are the objectives of the business? In the first chapter itself, we saw business has economic objectives, social objectives, like that. To fulfill all these objectives, we need the finance, that is money. So, business finance. The requirement of funds by the business to carry out its activities is called business finance. Then comes the nature of business finance. Very important one. Nature. In the sense, there are 2 types of capitals. Money, it can be in the form of 2 things we can say. One we call fixed capital and one we call working capital. Nature. Business finance, it is of fixed capital and working capital. In the sense, the amount of money which we require for fixed assets like land, building, machine, whatever, we call it as fixed capital. And this fixed capital is required for long period of time. We need it for long period of time. Then comes the most important point about the fixed capital. That is, depending on the nature of the business, the amount of business finance depends. That is the theme. So, if you are a trading concern, that is, if you are involved in buying and selling activity, then usually we need less amount of fixed capital. Please do keep in mind, like small building also will be enough, small plant will be enough. Whereas if you are involved in manufacturing concern, that is industrial activity, then you need more fixed capital. That is the subject. Fixed capital, amount invested in fixed assets like land, building, plant, machine, for long period of time. For trading concern, we need less fixed capital. Manufacturing concerns, they need more working capital. You can see in the diagram, like I gave you one example. Here, fixed capital, like building, I told you. Whereas working capital, it's not that if we start the business, if we buy the plant, if we buy a machinery, there ends the matter. No. We need to conduct operations with those plant, machine, building and all. In the sense, the amount which we require for day-to-day activities. Day-to-day activities, simple terms. But subject point of view, if we see, we call even like the amount of capital which we require for holding current assets, or the amount which is invested in current assets like stock of material, your receivables, that is bills receivable, debtors and all, and meeting day-to-day expense like salaries, wages, etc. is called working capital. In simple words, how to understand? When we sow a seed, we need to pour the water every day so that it can become into a plant. Like that, here, to run the business efficiently, to run the operations of the business efficiently, we need day-to-day activities to be conducted, and for that we need money, capital, which is called working capital. Again, this working capital, it goes in a reverse manner. For trading concern, we need more working capital, whereas for manufacturing concern, we need little bit of less working capital. So you can expect 2 marks question. Fixed capital, working capital. Sometimes in 5 marks, he asks, the question will be, explain the nature of business finance. Then write these 2 types, that is sufficient. Then comes the next, why we need finance? What is the need, sir? What is the significance? What is the importance? So the same points are modified here. First, to meet the fixed capital requirement. To run the business, you need land, building, machine, plant, everything. So you have to buy the assets. So you need money. Similarly, you need for day-to-day activities like working capital. As I told you, payment of salary, purchase of raw material and all. Then growth and expansion. You want to grow your business. You want to expand your business. And then diversification. What is diversification? Nothing but being in one business, entering into new lines of business. Entering into new lines of business. Like for example, we had ITC company, which was basically a manufacturing of papers and all. But today they are entered into hotels and all. Like that, for diversification of business we have. Like that, you take example of Reliance. Okay, basically they were only the manufacturers of what? They were in the telecom industry and all. But today if we see, they have diversified activities. Like that, for survival. If you want to survive in the business, in the sense, there may be profit, there may not be profit. Sometimes there may not be profit. Like just now we saw in the pandemic, there were so many businesses which were not able to survive because they did not have proper finance. Then liabilities, in the sense, to make the liabilities, to pay the liabilities, we can talk. Like creditors, we may buy goods today and we promise to pay afterwards. Like that, for fulfilling liabilities, like you might have taken loan from the bank, you have to repay. For all that, we need business finance. Similarly, when we talk about payment of expense, your employees' salaries are there. If you have taken a building on rent, you have to hire basis, you have to pay rent. For all these things, we need business finance. We need money, in one word. And then comes the classification. How the classification of funds is done. Sources of funds we call. 10 marks, important question, dear students. Please focus. Very simple to understand. So on the basis of 3 groups, 3 categories, I can say, our funds are classified. There are 3 sources of finance. One we call on the basis of period, on the basis of ownership, and on the basis of generation. On the basis of period, we have 3 categories of funds. One we call long term, medium term, short term. Long term, medium term, short term. Based on ownership, we have owner's capital and borrowed capital. And on the basis of generation, we have internal sources and external sources. So what are the different sources of finance? Then based on the period, ownership, generation. Long term, medium term, short term. Owner's capital, borrowed capital, internal and external sources. Now, what are the factors which we are going to take into consideration while selecting the source of finance? After this, I'll explain you about long term, medium term, and all term. So, cost, stability of finance, operations, form of legal organization, purpose, time, risk profile. These are the factors which we have to take into consideration when we select or when we want to make a choice for the finance. Cost. Let me say, for example, cost. Sir, I want to know about the cost, in the sense how much you are going to pay, how much cost is incurred while collecting the finance. Similarly, the financial strength and stability, forms of business organization, like it depends on the form of the organization, whether you are a manufacturing concern, whether you are trading concern, what is your legal status and all. Then purpose and time. For what purpose you are taking? Are you taking for manufacturing purpose, productive purpose, unproductive purpose, and all. Like that risk profile we have. Okay, while determining the source, we should see, for example, if you borrow the money from bank, you know we have the risk of paying the interest. If you borrow from your friend, again there is risk of interest. Like that, all these factors should be taken. Control. If you issue more shares, then there will be the equity shareholders will try to rule the company. They will try to show their voting with the voting power and all. They will try to control the company. Like that effect of credit worthiness. It all depends on the credit worthiness of the company also, organization also. Flexibility, tax benefit. There are some sources of finance which will give you tax benefit. In the sense, you will get reduction in the tax. Your tax liability will reduce. On the basis of long term. On the basis of long term. What do you mean long term? Let me start from the back side, that is short, medium, and so that you will be able to understand easily. Short term. That is the amount which we require for a period below 1 year. We call it as short term. And generally, why we need this? For meeting our day-to-day activities, that is working capital. Then what are the major sources? The major sources of short-term capital are generally the source of funds. We take overdraft, cash credit, trade credit. We take from the bank and all, and we manage with this kind of finance. Apart from that, even sometimes we have the advances, trade credit and all. Then medium term. What is medium term? The amount of finance which require for a period which is more than 1 year but less than 5 years. Why we need this? This we need generally for expansion, growth and all. And here, what are the sources we have? We have the sources like debentures, preference shares. Then we have your bank loans, which are the medium sources of finance. Then comes long term. What do you mean long term? Under long term, we have the amount which we require for more than 1 year, I can say. Sorry, 5 years, I can say. And generally, that is for expansion, growth, diversification of the business. And there, generally, we invest the money in fixed assets. And what are the major sources? Again, public deposits can be taken, equity shares can be taken, your debentures can be taken, and your bank loans can be taken. They all come under long-term sources. Again, dear students, it all depends on the nature of the business. Then ownership. Based on ownership. As I told you, we have owner's capital, borrowed capital. What do you mean owner's capital? Nothing but when the entrepreneur, that is when the businessman himself is providing the capital, when the owners they provide capital, we call it as owner's fund. And what are the major sources here? Equity shares we have. We call it as equity share. And then we have borrowed fund. Borrowed capital we call, borrowed fund we call. That is when the businessman takes money from outsiders. When he borrows from friends, when he borrows from public, when he borrows from bank, we call it as the borrowed fund. And on this borrowed fund, we have to pay interest. Then comes the basis of generation. We have internal source and external source. What do you mean internal source? Nothing but the sources from where internally the fund is generated. And what is the best source we have? We call it as retained earnings. What do we mean by retained earnings? Here, You know, every firm, they earn profit. Every year they earn profit. And what generally the organization will do? They are not going to distribute the entire profit to the shareholders or to the public from whom they have taken money. But in fact, what they'll do, certain portion of profit, certain amount of profit, they'll keep aside. They'll keep it aside. And that keeping of amount aside is called retained earnings. And why they do what they do with that amount which they kept aside? They plow back. In the sense, they utilize it for the business purpose again. So we call it as plowing back of profit also. That is also called as plowing back of profit. And this is the major source of internal finance. 2 marks question you can expect here. What do we mean by internal source of finance? Retained earnings, plowing back of profit. The answer will be same. What will be the answer? The portion of the profit which is kept aside by the company or business unit without being distributed among the shareholders is called internal financing, self-financing, plowing back of profit, retained earnings. So many different names are there. Whereas what are external sources? External sources are nothing but again equal to borrowed finance. They are the borrowed finance, like where we take the money from the external sources. Like that we have here the sources of finance. This you can expect for 10 marks question also. Similarly, first draw the table and write long term, medium term, short term and the sources under that which I have explained. Then comes the next slide for you all. Again, I am revising with you all, and that is once again meaning of business finance. As you know, nothing but the amount of fund required to carry out the business activities is called business finance. Then nature. Most important question again, the nature. Like under nature, we have fixed capital, working capital. Amount required for purchasing fixed assets or amount invested in acquiring fixed assets, land, building, machine, plant for long period of time is called fixed capital. Whereas the amount required for day-to-day activities is called fixed working capital. Holding the amount invested in holding the current assets, required in holding the current assets like stock, material and all is called working capital. In simple, you can say the amount required for meeting day-to-day activities. Then comes the next part, as I told you, the need and significance. This is also another important expected question. To meet legal requirements, to meet fixed requirements, working capital, growth expansion, diversification, survival, payment of liabilities or meeting of liabilities, payment of expenses. Then comes sources, which I have explained you, and then comes the factors. What are the factors we have to select, or what we are the factors which are going to determine how you are going to select the finance? It all depends on the cost. It all depends on the cost, financial stability, form of organization, your purpose, time, risk profile, control, effect of creditworthiness, flexibility and tax benefit. These are the factors which are going to determine the choice of a business organization through which they can select the finance. Having said this, these are the major factors. So here, this is a very simple topic which you can learn very easily, and you can expect a 10 marks question from this chapter. As I told you, either the nature or need or classification. These are the 3 major questions which we generally expect in examination. Just we are going to learn few important sources of long-term finance here. So as I told you in the class that we have sources of long-term. Like I was discussing about shares, I told you about debentures and all. So let me give you a brief introduction about each type of source of finance here. So shares. What do you mean by shares? Already in company we saw, that is the formation of company and all, the entire capital of the company, when it is divided into small parts, we call it as share. Each part is called as share. And the entire capital of the company, we call it as share capital. So, from the business finance point of view, we have two types of shares. One we call equity share and one we call preference shares. What do we mean by equity share? Equity shares are nothing but they are the owner's share. They are the owner's share, and those people, I mean say those investors who would like to become the equity share of the company, when they become equity shareholder of the company, they get two important rights. I told you in the factors. Control I told you. Okay, that control, in the sense they get the right called, first right, what they get is they get the right of voting right, and in the voting right they get the right to elect the directors. That is, they have right to elect the directors of the company, and the second important right is they are eligible to involve themselves in meetings of the company. They are given the opportunity to involve in the meetings affairs of the company, but they are not paid the dividend, that is the profit whatever the company it earns. They are not paid till the profit, that is the dividends, are paid to preference shareholders. Once the dividend and all are paid to the preference shareholders, if any amount of profit is left, then it will be paid to the equity shareholders, and for that reason they are called residual shareholders also. We call them as residual, in the sense last we call. Like that we have equity share. Then what is preference share? Preference share is the share which is not an equity share, in the sense those two rights what were given to equity share, I told you, one is the voting right and one is the right to attend the meeting. These rights are not given to the preference shareholder. Then what way they are having the preference? The name itself is telling preference. So they have two preference here. One is they get dividend, fixed rate of dividend, that too. And the second is, in the event if the company is going to be liquidated, winded up, they are the one who are going to get the amount before equity shareholders. In that way they get the two preferential rights. One, the right of getting the dividend, and other, the right of getting the payment back, that is repayment or redeem we can call, before the equities are paid. Like that we have preference shareholders. But these preference shareholders, please do keep in mind, they are not getting voting right. They are not like owners of the company. They are treated like creditors of the company. We treat them as the creditors of the company. So you can say, we can put them in which category again? Borrowed capital we can put. Whereas equities, we put in owners capital category. Like that, sometimes your examiner may ask you the difference between equity share and preference share. Then how you are going to modulate the answer? Equity, preference. Equity, owner share. Preference are not the owner share. Equity share holders, they get the right of voting. Preference shares, they don't get the right of voting. Equity shares, they are having which right again? Right in involving themselves in management. They don't get the right in management. They are like owners of the company. Equity shareholders are owners of the company, whereas preference shareholders are not owners but treated like creditors of company. Equity shares, they do not get fixed rate of dividend. Preference shares, they get fixed rate of dividend. In the event when the company is liquidated, they are paid in the last. Who? Equity shareholders. Whereas preference shareholders are paid before equity shareholders. Like that, 5 points easily we can write for differences. Then comes the other source, major source we can call of the company is called your debenture. Debenture is nothing but it is purely a borrowed finance. Why the debentures are issued? Generally, a company is eligible to take amount of shares, that is equity shares, only up to authorized limit. But sometimes they need additional finance. Beyond the authorized capital, they need the money. That time they go for borrowing the money from the public in the form of debenture, where they'll accept the money, promising the public to repay the amount after a period of time. And for that, they give acknowledgement of debt. They write acknowledgement of debt, and that money, whatever is given by the debenture holder, is secured. It becomes the secured, and it carries a fixed rate of interest. Please keep in mind, interest, not dividend. They get interest, fixed rate, irrespective whether the company is having profit or not. Compulsory, they are going to get the interest. Like that, they may ask you the question about shares and debentures. Difference between shares and debentures. That was equity and preference. Now the examiner is asking shares and debentures. Then how we are going to differentiate? Then you can differentiate. Share is the part of owner's capital. Debenture is borrowed capital. Shareholders, they get voting right except preference shareholders. Debenture holders, they don't get any voting right. Shareholders are like owners of the company. Debenture holders are like creditors of the company. Then shares, they get dividend. Debentures, they get interest. Shares are repaid only on liquidation of the company, whereas debentures are repaid after a certain period of time. They are given for specific time. No charge is given of asset for shares, whereas charge of asset may be given for debentures. Like that, you can write the differences. This is another important 5 marks question we can expect in exam from this particular unit. So having said this, important questions previously also I told, now also I am telling, focus on this chapter more to fetch good marks. Thank you, dear students. Have a nice day, everyone.